Hello everybody, Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelorette Recap, a guy's review. Katie Thurston just finished her third week of The Bachelorette in her search for love. Katie Thurston's Summer of Love, and we're loving the season so far. She's got a lot of great guys to choose from. Reality Steve just announced this morning that he knows who the finalist is. Does this mean he's 100% sure? It sounds like he's about 99.9% sure due to process of elimination, vetting of sources, and you know what? Honestly, we're just taking his word for it at this point. He's been wrong in the past, but he's been right more often than not. So we're going to talk about who the winner of this season is. Katie Thurston is engaged. She sent us so many different clues that are out there. We don't know what to believe. We don't know what not to believe. Do me a favor. Believe me here. If you hit that like button, you're going to help my family out. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, and we will be on top of all the different spoilers. Now, you might be wondering, why do I have Michael A. on the screen? First of all, we love Michael A. I've got another story about him coming out this year. He sounds like such a great catch. Not the winner of this season, but he won all of our hearts, and isn't that more important? This is a red herring. I like to post a few curveballs up there so that if people accidentally hover over the screen, deciding if they want to click or not, sometimes YouTube will just start playing who's in the screen. So this is a red herring. He is not the winner. We will get into that in a couple minutes, but I do want to give people a chance to click away if you don't want to know the spoiler for who wins this season of The Bachelorette. We don't know how we get there, and that's the important part. It's like going to a nice restaurant and getting an amazing dinner. The dinner tastes good, but you just have no idea what the chef did to put it in place, and we have no idea what goes down this season to get Katie from where she is now after episode 3 to who she chooses and who chooses her at the end of this season. We do have a couple hints, though, so I do want to share with you guys some of those hints, and let's get right into that here. So first of all, let's talk about Katie's final four. Okay, this is from Reality Steve's Instagram page. These are Katie's final four. Now, this is a spoiler in and of itself, but we need to know who the final four are before we can go to the next chapter. So we go through the final four. We have Justin, Andrew, Blake, and Greg Grippo. A lot of surprises here. We like Andrew, not too much of a storyline so far. Same thing with Justin. It's almost like they're kind of saving them in the back pocket. They're going to go a long way, but we don't have too much of a storyline. Now, Greg Grippo. A lot of people loved him, big fan favorite early on. There's been some rumors from people, all anonymous, saying, oh, Greg's, he's not there for the right reasons, this and that. We really don't know. And then Blake Moynes hasn't even showed up yet. So Blake's not even in the picture. What we do know is that Blake has reached out to Katie Thurston before the season started, like all the contestants do. When you're on the show, you're watching it, you go, oh yeah, good job out there. So she's gotten a chance to see Blake on Claire and Tasha season, and now he's gotten a chance to see her on Matt James' season, so they have a little bit of information about each other going in, whereas Katie had no information about these other guys going in. So even though Blake's going to show up in episode 4, he does have a little bit of a head start. So these are the final four. People are surprised. Is that Blake? You're damn right it is. He got that, COVID vaccine and came in from Toronto, and he's ready to please. All right, so, Jackie says Blake, and then she does the skull emoji. How funny is that skull emoji? It's like, I don't even know what that means, but it means something. Dead. Okay, speaking of things that aren't dead, let's go find out who her finalist is. Now before I spoil it, okay, so let's go to this page here. So what we have here, here's what we know. Let's process of deduction here. Here's what we know. It probably isn't Greg, okay? So check this out. Let's zoom in here. Chatty Broads posted this meme, right? We know in this last episode, everyone's interrogating Carl about who's not there for the right reasons. Everyone's getting mad at Thomas because he wants to become the Bachelor. And then we have this from Chatty Broads. When the guy next to you is getting interrogated about wanting to be the Bachelor, and you've got to pretend to be disgusted while hiding your acting career aspirations. And of course, that's Greg Grippo. And then look, Katie liked that. Wow. Now, there has been a lot of instances where Katie will pretend that John's the finalist. She went to his bar in San Diego. She's thrown some real kind of nice little red herring clues out there, which I love. I love the fact that she was trying to keep this thing as unspoiled as possible. But it's one thing to throw out some random clues, and it's another thing to do this, which would pretty much change the public perception of someone. And she's kind of co-signing the fact that Greg is let's just say doesn't end well, okay? So we have to operate from the assumption it doesn't end well, because even if, say, Greg was the winner, which you really try to throw him under the bus by pretending it wasn't him, and all of a sudden she's like, surprise, he's a good guy. Let's go to his, 99-seat theater production of Hamilton, or whatever the case may be. Now, listen, I still don't believe that you go on The Bachelor because you have career aspirations to be an actor. It's been proven that reality TV is not the route to go to become an actor. Trust me, I'm an actor. This channel, none of this stuff's going to help me get a role, okay? I auditioned for Dos Equis yesterday. I didn't get the part, okay? You know what I mean? I guess I'm not the most interesting recapper in the world. Hello, my friends. Okay, I thought I would have been good at it. Can you imagine? Just do recaps with Dos Equis for the rest of my life. I can be bought. Call me. All right, so she obviously, the Bachelor producers are on her. They must have a team of crack scientists out there and on computers and just waiting to see what Katie does next, and then they just have to dust off her tracks. So she liked this, okay? Which of course someone's going to see this happen. And then what we know next is Katie has now unliked this post. No users found. So clearly they came in there and went scrub town on Katie's co-signing of this. Now I believe this is the next one. So she unliked that, and people said, how do y'all feel about Katie liking this post? And it was pretty much split down the middle. People don't know what to expect at this point, because she's like someone who plays poker, who just bets on every hand and throws this. She's rolling dice. It's like, Katie, we didn't even roll dice in poker. She's like, I'm all in. Give me twos. You know what I mean? Like, she's all over the map, which I know is a strategy, and I appreciated it. She's keeping us on our toes. You know what I mean? You got to stay limber. When I'm recapping, I got to do hamstring stretches before I even get in here. That's how crazy the days go. All right, folks. So anyway, she liked that. She unliked that. And then let's see what the next post is. Now, here's where we kind of can confirm, ladies and gentlemen, confirmation. Greg does not end well. Greg's family member, apparently it was his sister, commented this. So I'm going to assume Greg isn't F1. Now I don't believe Greg's sister commented on this. I believe she liked this comment. Either way, it's been co-signed by Greg's camp that it doesn't end well. And this says, Katie Thurston likes this post, the previous one, but was such a supporter of removing the toxicity in Mean Girls when she was on Matt's season. You'd think if those intentions when genuine, she'd have just as much of an issue with this post as well. Really disappointed in this. Well, look, we'll have to see how it all plays out. You know what I mean? We have to see how it comes out in the wash. Well, I'll tell you what, I know somebody that is one of my subscribers that tried to slide into Greg Grippo's DMs because she found him attractive, and Greg's uncle says, I can help you arrange that, but give it a little bit of time. So clearly the family of Greg knows it doesn't end well for him. We'll just have to see how that goes down. It's like when you watch a movie and the movie starts with someone's funeral, and then it goes back 3 weeks earlier, and you're like, well, let's see how this went down. So as far as Greg and Katie's funeral, we don't know how that happens, but will he self-eliminate? That's the question. Will he just bounce when the going gets tough? I hope whatever happens, it doesn't take away from the positive one-on-one date they had where they talked about, some serious stuff. And, even if people aren't right for each other, it doesn't always make them bad humans. We're all learning and making mistakes and trying to go from them. You and I are lucky we didn't have to do that on national TV, but we will see how this all goes. Now, are you guys ready to get into the breaking news of who this winner is? Are you guys ready? Let's jump right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got breaking news. Are you prepared for this? Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. We have the winner of The Bachelorette. Announcing it right now. Last chance to tune away. Ladies and gentlemen, Katie Thurston chooses Blake Moynes. There it is, folks. A Canadian-American unification right there. We have Blake Moynes from Toronto, Canada, the winner of this season of The Bachelorette. Can you believe this? How amazing. All right, so let's go into Reality Steve's post about this. So that's his top 4. Let's go into his, and of course, Reality Steve, the first to break this. Now I'll be honest with you guys. I had zero clue who won, but I was starting to think it's either Justin, because they haven't showed much about Justin, and sometimes they'll just kind of like bury the winner a little bit early on just to throw things off. They made Greg Grippo look really good, and I was thinking, and some people thought it was going to be Greg. They were so hard. They were like, man, is Katie going to pull a Claire? Because we know the season ends a week early. Does Katie pull a Claire because she's so into Justin? No, I don't think that's the case at all. So here we go. Here's Reality Steve's post about Katie's final spoiler. She's engaged to Blake Moynes. Moynes, of course, in French means less, but in English, it means more. Come on, folks. All right, here we are. You like that? Spelled differently, but still pretty funny, bilingual joke there, if you ask me. However, as of this moment, I do not know how the Final Four breakdown occurs that gets us to this point. It's like when you watch Final Destination. Remember that movie, Final Destination? It's like, somebody's about to die. You just don't know who, and you don't know how. And that's why you're watching. So we don't know how she's going to get here, but we will be watching. I just know that Katie got engaged to Blake at the end of filming, and they're still together. Oh, this makes me happy. This actually makes me very happy. I have been a fan of Blake since his season of Tasha and Claire. We're going to have a few stories going down about Blake. I'm going to be sharing this one as a separate story. Nick Viall on what viewers didn't see on Bachelorette group date, including what Katie Thurston said about Blake. So we'll talk about that one. And then I've got a few other stories coming out here. So let's go to, I'm trying to find the article here. Let's go to Reality Steve's blog here. Of course, you can go to realitysteve.com to read this full article. There's some pretty interesting stuff about demographics and the different, what's going on with the ratings of the show. So I'm not going to rip that off, but if you guys want to check that out, you can go see that. Of course, whether everyone's got a different opinion on who's part of the show and, accepting Reality Steve's apologies. Is he changing? Some people, your minds might not change, and maybe they will. But I think what we need to do is just, for me, I always credit the sources regardless of what you think of them. That's not, I don't have a right to plagiarize his content because you or someone else might not like him. But by all means, he is not going anywhere in the Bachelor community. And so let's just go down with the story. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Katie is engaged to Blake Moynes. Yes, I know he's not on the show yet, but he will be next week. I'm not going to assign some sort of percentage of how sure I am to it, since that never does me any good. Anyone who doesn't want to see Blake win or just wants me to be wrong will find a way to pick it apart. Sure, I expect there to be doubt like every season. All I can say is it's been about a 7-week process since filming ended to get this info, and I'm very confident in what I've been told. Here's what I can share. And by the way, I would love Bachelor Data, the Instagram account. I don't know if you guys have done this, but it would be really cool if you analyzed Reality Steve's predictions to see what percentage he's right and wrong. That would be fascinating, because he's more right than he is wrong. I'm sure he's had a few missed things here or there. But knowing that they're trying to throw him off, knowing there's all these different sources that are saying it's this or that it's that, you have to think he's got multiple angles of verification that he's going for here. Here's what I can share. For the longest time since filming ended, I basically kept hearing things about her Final Four of those who didn't win. And at some point during that time, I've received actual proof that Andrew, Justin, and Greg all didn't win. I obviously can't share that proof without compromising sources. Last week was when I got the proof on the final guy who didn't win. So yeah, all signs pointed to Blake due to the process of elimination. But I still didn't feel comfortable reporting Blake because nobody had actually told me Katie is engaged to Blake. I also hadn't been told that she didn't pick him either. Justin hadn't heard anything regarding Blake until this week. Just hadn't heard anything regarding Blake until this past weekend. I got my first She's With Blake info. Then yesterday, got the confirmation I needed. Boy, I'd love to know what that confirmation is. We just won't know, folks. Now, the thing I'm unsure of as of this moment is how we get to that point. I don't know how the Final Four shakes out just yet in terms of who goes home when. So that's the next thing I'm trying to find out. Who knows when that'll come? Katie, being the most social media active lead we've ever had, clearly will know after today what is being reported. And who knows, maybe she'll start screwing with people online, because that's what she does. Whatever the case, she's with Blake and they're engaged. The end. I'll tell you this. I have not once asked Katie who she picks. I have not once asked her for any spoilers. I don't care. I'm not going to unsee this, but I'm also cool if I go unspoiled. I have patience. If it was a cupcake sitting on the shelf, I would eat it right away. I don't have patience when it comes to sugar and sweets, but I have patience when it comes to the show. But at the same time, if it's sitting out there, your boy's going to eat it. So maybe I don't have patience, I guess. Reality Steve continued, you know where I stand on these couples. I'm pretty neutral on hearing this. The relationship starts once the show was done filming. We know The Bachelorette has had a much higher success rate than The Bachelor, and it's not even close. So in that aspect, I guess there's hope for them. If they make it, great. If they don't, that's fine as well. Now that who she chose is out there, I'm focused on getting you 3 things. How the end of the season plays out, Bachelor in Paradise spoilers, casting for Michelle's season. So he's already got some people that are cast for Michelle's season. Very interesting things here, folks. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. This comment section is spoiled. This is a spoiler video. If you're in this comment section, it's spoiled. Respectfully, please don't say these spoilers on the live streams or in other non-spoiled videos. I will have to ban you. I can't have you out there just spewing spoilers back and forth, folks. There's 2 types of people out there, the spoiled and the unspoiled, and we're trying to cherish our unspoiled. It's like, it's like there's people that believe in Santa Claus still. It's like, oh, you still believe in Santa Claus? Oh, that's so amazing. No, he's great. Yeah, oh, I can hear him on the roof. Oh, yeah, he ate one of the carrots. Can you believe it? It's like my uncle just smoking a cigarette. Hey, Santa, ho, 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 over again. Santa Claus. I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus underneath the mistletoe last night. Who is Bachelorette contestant Blake Moynes? He returns for Katie Thurston's season. So just a quick note on who Blake Moynes actually is. Remember him, Bachelorette contestant Blake Moynes charmed Claire Crowley and Tasha Adams during season 16, and he has returned to try and win Katie Thurston's heart. 29-year-old wildlife manager hails from Toronto, Canada, and sorry for that accent. And surprised the season 17 leading lady 30 during week 4. While his appearance added a twist to the Washington native's journey to find love, Katie and Blake actually have quite a bit in common. According to his ABC bio, he loves the Ninja Turtles picnics and volunteers with a different endangered species every year. The outdoorsman is also ready to find a lifelong partner now that he's at a crossroads in his personal life. Yeah, doesn't he own an owl? What a hoot. Oh boy, folks, we are really lighting it up. Blake spent his Saturday nights hanging with his best friends, but now all of those friends are married and he's the last single man remaining, his bio reads. His dream woman is outdoorsy, beautiful, and fun. She has to have a goofy side and be okay with his self-described potty mouth. He says he has no problems talking about his emotions and wants a partner who will appreciate that he wears his heart on his sleeve. The Bachelor Nation newcomer previously admitted he was a bit of a romantic via Instagram. I have always wanted my love story to be similar to The Notebook, but do I get my wish? He captioned a photo of himself and Claire 40 together during season 16. Blake stood out last season thanks to his instant connection with the Sacramento native. She confronted the reality stud about breaking the rules and reaching out to her prior to the season beginning. Wow. So he reached out to Claire before the season. Filming was originally supposed to start in March 2020, but was postponed until the following July due to health and safety concerns amid the coronavirus pandemic. During that time, Claire's mom, Lilia, who has Alzheimer's and dementia, was in and out of the hospital. Over quarantine, it was really hard for me, and you were the only guy that reached out to me the entire time, the hairstylist told Blake during their conversation. I didn't want to bring this up, but there are these weird rules that we have to follow for the show of not contacting somebody, so you broke the rule. Let me tell you something, folks. Blake's going to break the rules. Brick walls aren't meant to keep you out. They're meant to show you how bad you want something, and he slid into DMs, baby. He went right for it, and good for him. Break the rule. Reach out to her. Hey, hope you're doing well. It's a global pandemic. Your mom has dementia. I hope you guys are okay. Good on Blake. Kudos to him for doing that. Despite Blake circumventing franchise rules, Claire was touched that he was willing to risk the chance to appear on the reality dating show just to check in on her. She noted that she did not respond to keep the playing field fair for season 16, but still appreciated the thoughtful gesture. He then laid a romantic smooch on the leading lady. Claire went on to get engaged to Dale Moss a few weeks in, and Tasha stepped in as a new Bachelorette to finish out the season. Blake snuck around for a couple more weeks and was ultimately eliminated. Contestant Zach Clark popped the question during the finale, and he and Tasha are now happily engaged. Good luck, Blake. There it is. All right, folks, so we have Blake. We have the guy. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And again, we'll keep this spoiler out of any other comments. I think we've covered it all. Yeah, I think we got everything down. I wanted to give you guys a shout out. This is Tasha's analytic page from yesterday. Tasha Marie Courtney, my fiance, created Tasha's Take, a Bachelor fashion recap channel. She had 100 subscribers on her channel. It was kind of a dead channel. She didn't really promote it. She got up to 721 subscribers. Look, when I click on this, I think that's a live number here. Can you believe that when she gets to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch watch hours, she will get monetized and make money off of this channel because of you guys. You're literally helping our family out by your support, and the comments were amazing. You love Tasha's take on all things fashion. In the future, she's going to be sharing duplicate items that you can purchase that are just like what they wear on the show, but a little bit cheaper. She's going to be sharing how some of the different contestants pose on the show, so how to maximize your posing for photos, things like that, things that you learn in the fashion world. I mean, it's not necessarily, it's important and it's unique, and she's got a special set of skills. I don't know why the page is not showing up right there. But anyway, you can go to Tasha Courtney on YouTube. I'll post a link below and you can go check that out. Unbelievable, all of your support. I thank you guys so much. She said, Dave, I appreciate all the subs and everything, but I feel like I'm just riding your coattails. And I said, honey, you helped me get this following by being supportive during the pandemic and, all the 2 a.m.s that I'm up kind of yelling when we lived in a studio apartment making recap videos. And now she's kind of doing her own thing with regards to the franchise. So I thank her for all of her support, and I'm glad to help push her channel. So thank you guys all that watched her channel. And if you want extra content, we have over 120 Patreon members now on the Patreon private membership community, patreon.com/Dave Neal. Weekly bonus content. I just posted the new a new stand-up clip on there if you want to watch my stand-up comedy from Friday night, and private live streams and a ton of other content on there. So that's where you can go support me. I got a live stream at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Thursday, and then on Monday I have the 4 p.m. and 10 p.m. live streams. And as the channel grows, maybe I'll start doing more live streams. You know what I mean? The live streams are a lot of fun, and it's a good chance for us all to hang out. And I do appreciate all of you guys. And actually, I reached out to Michael A. yesterday, just saying, man, I don't know if you guys saw my video yesterday about Michael A. How heartbreaking. He has a story where he lost his wife to cancer, love of his life. And then, we were playing the videos where him and his wife rung the bell, which is, a symbolic thing you do at the hospital when you think you've overcome the cancer. And of course, it came back months later. It's a real tragic story. He's got a great message about making positive changes because of tragedy. So I suggest really going and giving this guy a follow. I wish him the best, and he seems like such a great guy with a great platform. So go out there, support him hard. We're going to root him on for the rest of his time on the show. But what we do know is that Katie Thurston chooses Blake Moynes. So very happy for them. I liked when I heard he was going on, I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. He was kind of like dancing around the corners, being a goofball, kind of hard on his sleeve, cussing, little sexual innuendos, good looking guys. Like, these guys are perfect for each other. We'll have to see how it goes. But anyway, let me know what you guys think, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. More content coming all day long. Bye now.